let's just sew whatever. All right, so for this side of the bag, we are going to be adding the front zippered pocket. I'm not going to be adding the hidden flap. We're just going to be doing the zippered pocket. So I've got my pattern piece 1, and I've got 2 lining pieces that are 10 inches by 8 inches. And then I've got my zipper that's a little bit longer than 10 inches, just in case. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the placement here. I'm just going to fold this on that dotted line and lay this on my bag and trace it out. You can use a ruler, you can use an X-Acto knife if you want. X-Acto, I meant a rotary cutter. So this part can be a little like, I don't want to cut my bag, but it is okay. So we're just going to cut it right there. And if you prefer to add tabs to your zipper so it's not all the way across, you can totally do that. Just go ahead and follow the instructions for the hidden zipper pocket flap and just don't add that hidden pocket. It's pretty simple. But I'm okay with it going all the way across my panel. So we're going to take the bottom part of the main panel, right side up. Make sure you keep in mind which direction the pattern's supposed to go. And then we're going to have our zipper pull to the left. And this is face down. We're going to lay that all together, and you can baste your zipper in place if you would like to, or you can go ahead and grab your lining piece right now, match up those long edges. Your lining piece will be a little bit bigger. We want that, that's okay. We can trim off the excess. Just clipping it all together. I'm gonna use a stitch length of 4, 4.5, something like that. And we're gonna sew about 1/4 inch from the edge. And then as I get close to that zipper pull, I'm going to reach in and zip it past the foot. So leave your needle in and zip past the foot. Whoop, I knew I was gonna do that. That's okay, we'll put it back on. I forget I use zipper by the yard sometimes. All right, put your zipper pulled back on there. Whoops. Hey, I guess that's why you should use a zipper tab. This is why you watch, right guys? Because I'm human. So I'm just gonna pull this apart a little bit. Slide that back on there. All right. Now it's like it never happened. Watch me do it again. Okay, perfect. Put that away. All right, so now I'm going to press this down as well as my lining. So I'm going to use my iron really quick with a little bit of steam. That's all I'm doing off camera is ironing my pocket. So I press that down, and now we can top stitch. If you wanted to, you could add a little, I don't know, let's say vinyl overlay to this piece too. That would be kind of cool. I do not want to jinx it, but I have had a great time with my bobbin running out at the perfect moments lately. It's just been really nice. Count your blessings, am I right? All right. Okay, so now taking care to kind of make sure it's in the right direction. I'm just gonna lay that right sides together and kind of clip. Also, just a disclaimer, my lining piece is so big because I just kind of roughly cut it out based on another piece that I'd already cut. So if it looks weird, that's why. Just gonna kind of open my zipper up a little. Make sure the zipper tape is nice and lined up. So right sides together for that part, and then we're gonna do right sides together for the lining as well. So we've got main panel, zipper, and then lining. So now we're going to sew 1/4 inch away from the top raw edge. Watch out for that zipper pull. Make sure it doesn't come off, because after this it won't be so easy to put on. So, kind of zip it back up. Make sure those two are touching. Now I can very carefully add a clip to the outer edge and unzip that a little more. Or zip it up a little bit, I should say. There we go. Right. And so now we can open that up. And the lining piece is facing down, and I'm just going to top stitch right there. And then while we're here, we can just kind of baste it all together. Let me see actually. So yeah, our back lining panel is just a little bit shorter, so we're just gonna sew that first. And you can kind of make the pocket a little bit shorter. We're gonna trim that extra little bit there because we don't want it to get caught in the bottom seam allowance when we add the bottom of our bag. And we're just gonna baste. We're gonna bring the zipper pull in. We're gonna baste around the edge, the outer edge. And then if there's any excess, which I have a ton of, you may not, I'm just gonna go ahead and trim all that off. Perfect. I am loving the way that looks. So we've got our nice little pocket on the outside. It's pretty deep. People can get a lot of stuff in there. And that is how you add that zippered pocket onto the front of your pattern. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you'd like to see more, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and don't forget to download the pattern through the link below.